Ozzy Osbourne's unique idea for the one final Black Sabbath reunion show. So it seems that Ozzy Osbourne has been trying to make a final show happen, even though, there's health issues involved. And, these guys are not young anymore. Geezer Butler remains in contact with Ozzy, and he reports that the ailing singer hopes to reunite Black Sabbath during his final show. Maybe at least try and play a song. I think that's probably what's going to happen. He suggested at his very final concert for the four of us to get up on stage and maybe do 3 or 4 songs together, and that will be it. Finished. Holy shit, that will be an event for sure. In recent years, Osbourne's ongoing health problems have kept him from taking the stage. The legendary frontman, who continues to endure complications from back surgeries while also battling Parkinson's disease, was originally a part of the lineup for the 2023 Power Trip Music Festival, but had to withdraw from the event. So, dude, if they could make this happen for 3-4 songs, that has to be the metal happening of a decade right there. If there were any tickets, there won't be at this point. Just saying. I really hope they can pull all of this together and, despite all the health problems, at least get 1 or 2 songs done. I mean, wouldn't that be the perfect ending of a career so you can finally retire? I mean, these guys, they don't know anything else. I mean, this is, it's just so hard to fathom for me, that, they've never done anything else. And then it's the end of their career. They need to give themselves and the audience closure. And that's just, I love that, man. That's metal for you right there. All right, I read this article about Dimebag on Guitar World. It's from an old interview, but I'll bring it up again because I thought it was cool. It's about when, Dimebag was winning all these guitar competitions back in the day. The question was, when you were a teenager, you were known for winning most of the local guitar contests. What was it that prompted you to enter those contests? Dimebag said, I used to go to this huge music store all the time, and they had these contests where you would go in and just jam out, put some riffs on a tape, and do your most impressive shit and throw it in a box with your address on it. And the first one I entered, I had only been playing for like 3 months and I thought I had no chance, but that dream was always there, and I won it. Couldn't believe it. After a few years, I had won 7 in a row, won all kinds of stuff from ESP guitars, Charvels, Dean guitars, Randall amp. When I went to enter again, they said, no dude, don't even enter. You're gonna judge the next one. And then Dimebag was asked what he was practicing back then. I would listen to records and learn what I could, then just roll it over and over and over. I tried to take lessons once, and the dude was really good, and he tried to teach me theory and all that shit, but none of it made any sense to me. To be just running up and down these scales when I could be playing fucking Randy Rhoads or something, I just didn't find any enjoyment in it. I don't know what kind of enjoyment dudes get out of it if they already know what certain mode is going to sound like or a certain scale before they go into it. It's kind of like a cat's already out of the bag, Hell yeah. There's a certain amount of spontaneity that goes on whenever I'm jamming, and I don't think that part of my playing would be there if I did learn all that shit. But yeah, lesson didn't really work out for me, so I went to the old school, listening to records and learning what I wanted to learn. And I can definitely pull some parallels to the times where I've learned the most music, or I felt like I progressed on guitar, is when I've been learning other people's music and not necessarily doing lessons and shit. That's where I've seen the most progress in my, guitar playing, I would say. What advice would you give to someone just starting out in this business? Well, if you're just trying to make it and get rich in this business, just go ahead and hang it up right now. Between the record companies being the way they are and the fact that people can just download one song instead of buying a whole album, it's hard to make a good living nowadays. But if you want to do it because you love it, then go for it. That's why we're still doing it, because we love it. I mean, that comment is still very relevant today. There you go. That was the news. The news has been kind of like stale and shitted in the past weeks, to be honest, but at least that's something,